Former NBA great Michael Jordan recently stated that he thought that Kawhi Leonard was the best two-way player in the NBA, and this has caused some dismay and some rancor amongst LeBron James fans. And I don't really see a problem with what Michael said. Not really, because you look at the way that Michael played the game. You know, it was important for him to receive recognition for both sides of the court on offense and defense. Remember when Michael first came in the league, they called him George Gervin with a smile. And that kind of bothered him because he didn't want to be seen as just a scorer. He wanted to be seen as an all-around player. A lot of people, young whippersnappers, don't understand is that when Michael first came into the league in the mid-1980s, the NBA didn't worship three-point bombers, set shooters like they do now, or years not all that long ago, ISO players. They worshipped all-around basketball players. The face of the league were Magic Johnson and Larry Bird. Michael wanted to prove that he was an all-around player, so he worked on his defense intensely. And within 4 years of coming into the league, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award. There was a time from the late 80s until the early 1990s, until his first retirement, where Michael was the best offensive and defensive player in the NBA. The only people I think that was in, the only person that really the only couple players that come into consideration that may have challenged Michael for best defensive player in my mind at that time, the early 1990s, would be, got a call coming out, I called the person on, would be Dennis Rodman, Akeem Olajuwon, and perhaps David Robinson. But so that makes sense that he would think that Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way player because he probably sees himself to an extent with a guy like Kawhi Leonard. Now, some people are like, well, LeBron James is the best this and that. Historically, yeah. Historically, LeBron James is a greater player than Kawhi Leonard. But we're talking about right now. Right now, 2017. LeBron James isn't the defender he was. No, he's not. He doesn't commit to defense anywhere near like he used to, and he's not the same guy that he was defensively. He doesn't have the same footwork, the same lateral quickness. He's not the same dude on defense that he was a couple of years ago. He purposely saves more energy for offense. So two-way player, no, he's not the best two-way player in the league anymore. That's just going to, Leonard and James there's going to be more separation between the two as we go further and further as far as all around is concerned. James is going to save more and more of his energy for offense, and his defense is going to suffer. I will say this about Jordan, and I'll be fair. I'm going to end this video on this note. I have noticed over the past several years of watching Jordan that if he sees certain players who are a challenge to his supremacy, he kind of can be a little salty or indifferent toward those guys. I remember him doing so against Vince Carter when Vince Carter first came to the league after Jordan's second retirement from the Chicago Bulls in January '99. Immediately after that, Vince Carter came to the league in February '99, and people were comparing him to Jordan. He was even more athletic than Michael. They're both from North Carolina. They're both bald. Is Vince quicker, faster? He's a better dunker. Is he going to be a better player? Is Vince at age 21 or whatever better than Michael at age 21? And all that's crap, right? And I remember through all of that insanity that was going on, and I keep trying to jog a lot of people's memory. I say from 99 to about 2001, definitely, Vince Carter was a bigger star than Kobe Bryant. It was after the championships and then after some memorable performances from Kobe, and people got to see him more and more in the playoffs and win. And while Vince kind of was in relative obscurity in Toronto, especially after 2001, after that epic playoff series with them and the Sixers, after Vince's team stopped making the playoffs and Kobe kind of got more of the forefront and more of the shine and individually started having brilliant performances, then Kobe's star began to shine brighter while Vince just lost a little bit of his luster. But from 99 to about 2001, I think Vince was I don't know if I'll say he was the biggest star in the league, because you had a lot of different stars. You had a lot of different guys. Maybe you could still say Shaq was the biggest star, but I'd say Vince was probably the most marketable and most marketed at that time. Grant Hill just started having his injury problems in 2000. It was a lot of stars in the league. I'll put it like that. But anyway, to get back to the point of what I'm saying, Vince was a challenge to Michael's greatness at that time in many people's eyes. And what did Michael say about Vince? Vince doesn't play defense. So there's a little bit of a pattern there. Now, with Kobe, Michael's closer to Kobe, okay, personally. I think that Michael respects LeBron, but there's certain things in LeBron that I don't think he likes, okay? I would sometimes like to be a fly on the wall to hear what Michael really feels about LeBron as far as, like, watching him play. I really would like to hear some of those things. And also, I guess you got to say, too, Kawhi Leonard's part of the Jordan brand. So Jordan, being the businessman that he is, of course he's going to pump up a guy that is on this brand. But I do think he feels that Kawhi Leonard is the best two-way player in the league. Now, there's going to be people that listen to this video, I went into detail, and they're still going to hear what they want to hear. You're such a Jordan stan. Didn't hear when I criticized Michael saying that he could be salty toward people. Don't hear any of that. They just hear what they want to hear. That's why I no longer cater to people. I don't try to change my style to suit someone. Fuck you if you don't like my videos, okay? And I'm going to rant, and I'm going to rave, and I'm not changing my style for anybody, okay? I'm not going to do it. I'm me, and if you don't like my channel, don't watch my shit.